I have been under the weather, so I'm going to show you some of the drinks that I drink to boost my immune system. This one's for rest and anti-inflammation. So pineapple juice is really good for inflammation. So if you're achy or you're sore, your throat is sore, things like that, you're feeling pain that's related to being under the weather, pineapple juice is really good for that. The lettuce is really good. It's just iceberg lettuce. And when you juice iceberg lettuce, it's really great for relaxing, calming down. And that's what you need to do when you're sick. You need to rest. And sometimes we don't want to lay all the way down. So a nice lettuce juice is good. And then the pomegranate is good. Antioxidants, cleans up the free radicals, but it also allows you to get more oxygen into your system, into your bloodstream. And that's what you really need when you are gasping for air, right? When you are sick. This has vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin B.
If you're wondering how to get yourself a nice, tasty, and really good for you juice, this is it. Organic apples and organic parsley, right? You use a cold press masticating juicer. See, this is the kind I'm using here. You're going to give 40% more juice with that. You alternate between your apple and your parsley so that you can get the most juice out of your parsley, because the juicier fruit is going to squeeze out. It's going to like lubricate the parsley so you'll get more juice out of your parsley. Okay. And then you'll see how dry my pulp is. That's because I'm using that cold press juicer. It's no juice left behind in my juicer. That's the reason why I like to use a masticating juicer. This one is very good for your high blood pressure, your overall health. It's just a good green juice and it tastes good. I fell down the other day and hit my head, which then caused a bruise to my face. So obviously there was a lot of inflammation. And so I'm using this pineapple, ginger, and citrus juice as an anti-inflammatory juice. Now, I did go to the hospital and I got a CAT scan to make sure that I didn't injure my brain or anything serious. But I use the things from the earth, plants, herbs to support my health. It's not my total health, because I went to the hospital and I believe in conventional medicine. But I use things like this to support my health. So this is anti-inflammatory. It's good to help my bruise go down fast, to help the swelling go down fast, and also for my husband's cough. So there we go. Pineapple, ginger. Hey, it's day 1 of my raw and juice fast, and I wanted to show you this little drink that I'm starting with. It's a hibiscus tea with watermelon. So I just steeped some hibiscus tea that was in its raw form, and then I blended in some watermelon with seeds, because that's fiber. Mixed the two together into a nice tea. I didn't add any sugar, anything like that, and we both, kind of drank that tea. It's really good for high blood pressure. It's good as cleansing, and it tastes amazing. You can add ice if you want, but you don't need anything but these 2 ingredients. Yum, yum. I don't drink sodas because they're empty calories and it's just too much sugar. Instead, what I do is I take my old pureed fruit when it's about to go bad, and I make fruit ice cubes and add it to sparkling water. So because I like my fruit room temperature, sometimes it goes a little soft, so I have to go through it every once in a while, take out the seeds, see what's soft, see what's good, and then I go on and blend it in my blender to make a beautiful puree. Once I make that puree, I funnel it into an ice tray and put that inside of my freezer. And I use those cubes either in a smoothie or in sparkling water, and I get my fiber, and it's not too much in sugar, and I love it.
Golden milk is made from turmeric, right? So you use about 4 tablespoons of turmeric powder in about a cup of water, and you stir that until it becomes a paste like this. It might take you about 20 minutes. Add in some black pepper. Mix until you have your paste. And then you can take that paste and store it in a glass jar. But use about 2 tablespoons of the paste every time you want to make yourself a drink. Here I'm using oatmeal and water to make myself some oat milk. I'm just using it in a blender, and then I'm just straining it through, but it's not much you have to do in terms of straining it. You can add a little vanilla here or some agave. What I'm doing right now is I'm adding cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom, and also some vanilla. And I'm just kind of mixing this up with my turmeric to make myself a nice, warm, yummy drink. And this is really, really good for inflammation, for your immune system. If you have a cold, this is so soothing. You want to try this. when the new year came in, I decided I was going to put more greens inside of my body. So I got a little bit overzealous, buying lots of spinach, lots of greens, and also lots of herbs, because I like to put herbs inside of my drink. But when it got a little wilted, I didn't want to waste it. I don't like to throw it out. So what I did is I rinsed it, put it in my salad spinner, and got all the liquid off of it. And then I just blended it in my blender. And put it inside of ice cubes. Perfect greens. I can drop those inside of my smoothie at any time that I want the greens. I did the same thing with my mint and my basil, so that I could have basil lemonade and basil sparkling water anytime that I want. Put it into little ice cubes, into little bags that I store in the freezer, and I can pull those out anytime I want and make a smoothie and make a drink. No waste.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm about to make myself some iced coffee, but I realize I'm out of milk, so I'm going to start with making some hemp milk first before I start my coffee. So this is about a quarter cup of hemp seeds. You don't need that much. And then I'm going to use some water. Now, I could put a little sweetener in it, but I'm not going to, because I may need this for cooking later, so I don't want to sweeten it. I can sweeten it in my coffee later. So I'm just going to put it on whole juice setting on my blend tech. That one right there. Okay. So now my hemp milk is done. And I don't even think it needs a strainer. You don't have to use you don't have to use a nut bag for this or anything. You're just good to go there, right? So I'm putting some milk in there. And I'll put the rest of this inside of a glass container, and I'll store that. So there's my I made a yummy, refreshing 3-ingredient milk, and it was so good. I soaked about a cup of hazelnuts. I used 1 whole pineapple and 2 whole mangoes. I put that inside of my masticating juicer, and I just let it go. This juice is good for preventing cancer. It's good for lowering cholesterol. It's good for pain in your body, inflammation, and it's super yummy. I love a matcha latte, and I also love it with mint tea. So I made a mint tea, green tea, matcha latte with an avocado cream, which was so good. I started with this Aloe Vitox matcha green tea powder, which makes it convenient for me to have green tea ice cubes. I used my soup button to brew my tea, so that was like a little shortcut. And then I put a little mint from my garden in each ice cube, and then poured in my brewed green tea. Store that in a bag once it's frozen, and then drop it into my glass when I'm ready to have myself a matcha latte. I added a little bit of sweetened mint tea from my garden, which was nice, and also some plant milk. Then I made myself an avocado whipped cream, since I can't have regular whipped cream. This is just a ripened avocado, plant milk, and sugar, and vanilla. Yum. This fast, I have been mixing teas with juices. It cuts down on the amount of juice that I have to make, and I don't even know where I got the idea, but it's been working out great. This one was a chai tea, no sugar, of course, and carrot juice. And I'll show you what I did with my carrot pulp in just a little bit.